What's up, YouTube? What's up, hammerheads? You know what? There's nothing better than coming home and finding packages on the porch, baby. Alright, so next performance upgrade is sitting right behind me. I promise you it's better than the first one. We got a little hookup to hook us up with a lift to help us out with this one. So it's going to make the job a lot easier. Kind of after doing the oil change, I learned that, man, it's tough to get up underneath the car. But anyway, let's get her loaded up. Let's drive over there to where we got our hookup for the lift. We'll get her installed, get her put on. We'll take some different clips and stuff to see the before and afters, and let's see what kind of power we get. Alright, so a little closer look here. You can see Pypes Performance exhaust. We're going to go ahead and unbox it here though before we load it up, because I don't know, not too happy with the care of the packaging from shipping. It looks like it's been through a little bit, so I want to make sure that we don't have any damage to the contents before we load it up and take it where we need to go. Tell you what, it's pretty light, that's for sure. Our clamps. Stop. Read this warning. It says test fit. We'll do that. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, if y'all can already notice the shape of it, it is our Resonator delete, but it is not an X pipe. There we go. So it's the Pypes H pipe. Bought it from American Muscle. It is the, I guess, least expensive of the H pipes on American Muscle. But the reason I went with this one was it was the 409 stainless steel. The next most expensive one was the aluminized steel, and I didn't want to go with that. I wanted a quality piece here, and the reviews that were on American Muscle said that although that it was the least expensive, quality was not an issue. Feels solid, looks good. It does feel like it has maybe a shipping coating or like an oil coating on it. Just maybe like a storage coating to keep it protected while it's in storage. But alright, so I don't see any dents, dings, or anything like that, so wasn't damaged in shipping or anything, and she looks good. Let's load her up and let's get this bad boy on. I'm interested in how it's going to sound. You know, they say the H pipe, lower end power, lower end torque with the H pipe, has an older muscle car sound, which may turn out to be interesting with this quad tip active exhaust, because these newer Mustangs with the quad tips on them tend to have already a raspier, kind of more race car sound. So it'll be interesting to see what the H pipe sounds like with the quad tip. And of course we should get a little power boost for that, and we are going back to the drag strip this weekend. So with a couple modifications, we have some lighter wheels, we have some bigger tires, we have our high flow air filter, and then we'll also have an H pipe modification for when we go back to the drag strip. So we're going to see what differences those make and see how everything turns out. But man, I'm excited to get this on there and see what it sounds like. So let's get it done. Check it out. Cool little sticker. That'll have to go on our fridge. There you go. Looks good. Alright, we're here. We're about to put on this H pipe real quick. But since we got the active exhaust, I want to get some before and afters on the exhaust notes with each of the different exhaust modes. So we'll go through Resonator quiet, normal, sport, and track, and then we'll go with H-pipe quiet, normal, sport, and track, and we'll see what we end up with at the end. Check out the difference. Then we'll Alright, so there we have it. There we have our different exhaust notes. You kind of have, that was a warm startup, so it wasn't necessarily a cold startup because we just drove here. So we'll see the differences. Let's get it on there. Alright, we got her up in the air. Man, it's gonna make this job so much easier. Anyway, so this is what we're getting rid of. This box right here, the suitcase. Alright, so just a quick walkthrough of what we're gonna do. We'll loosen up these clamps here, and then we're gonna make our cut in the area back here, kind of close to where the heat shields are, and then that's where our H pipe will go. We'll hold it up here for some fitment, make our marks, do our cuts, unbolt, pull it off there, put the next one up there. So let's get her done. Anyway, what I was trying to do here was move these clamps just a little bit so that I could find a reference point on how to line it up so I know where to cut down in the end. So if you loosen these up, this little pin here, right here, catches on this. So you just pop it up, then you can maneuver your clamp back that way, and then you can see the spacing right in there between where the pipe separates there. So that'll give me a reference point actually as to where I need to line the H pipe up so I know where to cut on the other end. All right, this does go on a certain way, so make sure that it's lined up the way that that your factory piece is. Let's line it up one more time just to make sure. Check and double check. That's definitely for sure before you cut anything. So I can already tell here, if you look at my marks, that the H pipe slides over the factory pipe. So it's gonna cup it like that, which means these heat shields will be in the way of that going over. So those heat shields will have to be removed. Okay, so kind of the price of doing this somewhere that's not your place. We have a tractor running around outside that's making a lot of noise. You want to make sure you're cutting towards pipe to pipe. Don't cut out towards here because you don't want the blade to slip and mess up your heat shields and stuff like that. I gotta work on these heat clamps, figure out how I can at least get this end pried up so I can be able to slide it on. But I think they have to come all the way off. So we'll figure that out in a second. Okay, so these are the bands that hold the back of the heat shield on. So what I did was take a screwdriver. This little clip right here folds over the band. If you pry it up, then the band will come loose, and then you can then push up on the heat shield. Or I just took a hammer and hammered it up just a little bit till I could get my hand under there, and then you can push it up. It's only welded right here on the end, and the weld will break. And then you may have to file it down or something, that way we can get the other pipe to slide over. But I'm gonna go ahead and do both of these, finish off both of these, then we'll come back. Alright, so this is what I had to do here, if you can see this. I don't know, but where those heat shields were on the end, they were welded. The bands held them in the back, but then they were welded here. And so when you broke them off, it left a pretty good chunk of metal there. And so I was able to use a little metal cutter and get it worn down a little bit, but then you had to do the manual labor with a file and really get it down in there. But you know, you need a file anyway. You really need to come in here and clean all this up from the cuts and stuff anyway. But those were parts I did not see in any install video, and it's a pain in the butt. I'll just let you know. Okay, so got it connected now, partially. I did have to come back and loosen these back hangers and actually take the bolt out to get enough maneuverability in this to get these to come down and then pop in there and go forward. So probably will have to loosen those. I would definitely, you know, doing this on jack stands would be really hard. Anyway, doing it the way I did it anyway, you know, it might be best even to pull the whole exhaust, and I think that's what the instructions actually call for, is to pop this down, unclip this back here, then loosen it here, and then you actually pull the whole exhaust out. We did it different where we just cut it up there, but so anyway, now I'm gonna put my bolts back in here loosely, and then we're just gonna work from there on trying to get everything lined back up and straightened up. Hopefully that didn't take too much longer, and we'll get to get this thing down, start her up. I think we got it lined up. Finished product. Hopefully it's not on backwards. I'm just kidding, I think it's good. Alright, let's get her down, start her up.
That sounds bad. That ain't sweet.
Badass. Alright, special thanks to Gary for using the lift.
Sounds bad.
Sounds good. Performance mod number 2 in the books. Like always, drop the hammer. Peace out.